So yeah, this weekend I went to go and visit my cousins in Poland. Oh, this is Francisca and this is my mid-crisis life. I went to go visit my cousins in Poland. I first went over there when I was like 19 and they were like, I don't know, 17, 15, something like that. But I met them before that when they came to England, and nobody knew that they smoked cigarettes. So we used to go round the block and smoke. And then I thought it was the second time that they came that I gave them weed, but it really wasn't. Apparently, literally the first or second time that I met them, I built a spliff in a train station and blew their little fucking farm boy Polish minds. Um, yeah, and smoked weed with them apparently. And my cousin also reminded me recently that I think the first time. Was it the first time? Yeah, maybe the first time that I met them at my mum's house, I told my mum that I was pregnant with my son. And they were just like, what the fuck is this? And then the first time I went over to Poland to see them, I was like 19 because my oldest son was like 6 months old, something like that. And their dad said to them, listen, you take your cousin to the cinema, okay? And you take her and you know, whatever. Take her in and show her a nice film. So me and the two of them both sat through this fucking rom-com, P.S. I Love You, which actually I really like. It's quite a nice film, but we all sat there wishing that we were watching fucking Transformers in the next screen, but none of us knew each other well enough to be like, bro, this is not the one. They said if we knew you then like we knew you now, there's no way on earth that they would have ever taken me to see that shit. But anyway, yeah, I went to see them this weekend. And yeah, believe it or not, I am a quarter Polish. My mum's half Polish. My grandpa is Polish, like proper Polish. He was born in Poland in a small village called Benino. And from what I understand, two brothers married two sisters and lived on two farms next door to each other. And my grandpa was one of 9 kids, I think. So there were 11 of them in a 2 up, 2 down farmhouse, right? My grandpa was born, 1923, maybe? Something like this. Anyway, when the Second World War kicked off, apparently what happened was the Nazis came to the small farming town that they were in, and they took one look at my grandpa, and he was 6'2", blonde hair, blue eye, epitome of Aryan race, and they were like, yes, we want you. And apparently he had another brother as well who was older. I think my grandpa was like 17 at this time, something like this, I don't know, some around this age. And he had a brother who was like maybe 25. And the Nazis basically said to them, either you two come voluntarily or we take everybody in the family. So I don't know exactly where they were made to go, but I think they had to go and work in some camps. I don't know. It must have been awful. And my grandpa's older brother basically told my grandpa not to associate with him because he refused to speak German. He would only speak Polish. And they eventually killed him for this. And then after the war, I think my grandpa went to Alsace-Lorraine. He went to Italy. He was given, I think, citizenship in Italy for some of his services there. I don't know what services. Doesn't really make sense to me, but these are all the stories that we get told, right? And then he came over to England. He met my grandma. My grandma said that she fell in love with him because they were at a dance and he clicked his heels and bowed at her, and she just thought it was the most fucking rad thing that she'd ever seen back in like 1950, whatever. So they ran away together, got married, from what I understand, on a whim, with 2 strangers off the street to witness their marriage. Then she got pregnant with my mum, got scared, ran back to Barnsley, which is in Yorkshire, and my mum was actually born in Barnsley, and they came back down to London, had 6 more kids, and I don't know what, 19 grandkids or whatever, and the rest is history. So the cousins that I went to see are my grandfather's sister's grandchildren, and I really, really love being there. They are such funny and witty and just down to earth, really loving, straight up and down people. Like, I really fucking love them. And I always talk to them about the fact that when we first met each other, I knew no Polish. I mean, I still know no Polish. I know about 5 words. And when we get drunk, they try and teach me how to say table without legs, which is like one of the hardest things that you can say in Polish. Mental. But I always laugh about the fact that they knew barely any English, but somehow with like this one word that we might say, like, we were able to find each other absolutely fucking hilarious. And they've been my friends ever since. I was invited to both of their weddings, above people who live in fucking Poland. And it's funny because we have other cousins who are the other sister of my grandfather. They're descendants or whatever. And whenever I speak to my cousins who I stayed with, they're always like, oh, so how's the family? Like, yeah, good. And David and Natalia, and like, these people live half an hour from them, but they always get the catch up from me, which I find quite funny. But anyway, so what's the whole point of this story is that I was there over the weekend, and I have to say I'm really, really, really proud of my cousin. He has managed to build like a multi-million-pound trucking business with 2 of his friends. And he was doing this when he was living in Poland before this, but they decided to branch out by themselves. And, you know, they are fucking bathing. Like, they're bathing. If you see his house, his car, he showed me something that he cooks with. He's like, yeah, this is like £1,200. We each bought one. It's like, all right, bro. Absolutely fucking bathing. And like, you know, I do suffer with envy and jealousy because of my penchants to be like, that's not fair. And there is an element of that, but I understand also that that's really nothing to do with my cousin. I definitely don't begrudge him anything. But one of the things that it made me think about was his his business partners came over to the house on Saturday night. And we ate and we drank and we, you know, chatted and we caught their joke, whatever. But I was watching him with his partners and I was talking to them. I was asking them questions, you know, who does what, who's got what skills, and just to listen to them talk about each other with like such love and respect and reverence and like such knowledge and intelligence and emotional intelligence about what they bring to the business, to be so proud of what they've created, and on top of it to be having such fucking fun with it as well. Like, I just thought, man, this is the dream. This is the dream. This is what I want. And it's funny because it kind of like spoke to my perception, right? My perspective of things. I could not think of anything more boring, right, than delivering fucking fruits and vegetables from one place to another. That literally I could fall asleep, like I could comatose thinking about how boring that is. But for them it's not boring because they have each other. And actually every fucking day is fun, and they go into the office and they have fun, and they stay at home and have meals and they have fun, and they go away on business trips and they have fun, and they are having literally the fucking time of their lives. And I was thinking, this is what I want, right? This is really what I want. But actually what I'm focusing on is I'm focusing on having something specific rather than having the feeling of freedom and happiness and connection in my life, of being supported by other people, and of life being fun. This is really what I want. And I think about why it is that I don't have that. And I think it's because I've always just been quite a bit of a loner. I got bullied quite prolifically in primary school. And not bullied like nobody likes you, but bullied like you don't exist. Like you literally don't exist. One girl said, "Don't talk to this girl," and that was that. No one fucking spoke to me. And I think that really, really, really impacted me really quite badly in terms of my willingness to be vulnerable around other people, my willingness to put myself out there. And then there's also something around me wanting the glory and not wanting to share that with somebody else. And then there's also something around me not wanting to be embarrassed in front of other people. So for other people to know what it is that I'm doing. But the fact of the matter is that no man is an island, right? And that what skills I lack, someone else can make up. And the skills that I have can be amplified and put to better use by somebody who knows how to do that and is as passionate and as invested as me. And it made me think about, okay, what exactly is it that I'm passionate and invested about? Other than making it, like, and making a name for myself, like, what is it really that I want? And I think the truth is that I don't really know. And I think the truth is that I'm not really gonna know until I find the people that helped bring that out of me. Because as much as like I can sit here and I can talk and I can think and I can process and I've got, you know, all these words, amazing, yeah, very articulate, very emotionally intelligent. I'm very able to take all of these like theories and make them into something that's accessible and all the rest of it. Actually, my most fucking poignant epiphanies come from having conversations with people, come from communicating with people, like come from that creative energy that's sparked from just being in connection with someone else. And I think it's something that I'm sincerely missing at the moment. So, you know, I think if I'm going to be manifesting anything, it's not going to be these specifics that I've had in mind all this time. It's going to be the feeling that was personified through watching my cousin living his best life. For sure. Okay, things that I'm grateful for. Things that I feel grateful for. I feel grateful for the amazing weekend that I just had with my cousins. How loving and kind and welcoming they are. I'm so grateful for how much they're still gentlemen. Like, you don't get that shit over here. Light your cigarette, pull your chair out, pay for your meal, like pour your wine for you. I tried to pour my own wine like 4 times and my cousin's like, no, Fran, come on, I'm doing this, man. Like, whew, that is something to be grateful for. That was really fucking beautiful. And I'm grateful for him. Oh, man. And everything that he's been able to build, everything that he's been able to achieve. Man, I have such gratitude for that for him. Yeah. Oh, I do. Okay. That's all.